Hi, I'm Kacey.
And I'm Gianni.
I never finished reading the Animorphs books as a kid, and I still haven't as an adult.
And I've never read them.
We can't tell you where we live.
But we can tell you that we want to revisit these books as adults and dive into what we would keep or change if we were to put it on TV.
Two friends, 50-something books. Welcome to morphinbuddies.
And then the music kicks in, and then people are just so ready.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the next episode of morphinbuddies with me, your host, Kacey Cisnowski, and Mr. Gianni DeMaia. Hello,
Yo,
Gianni.
What up?
Yo, what up?
Yo, what up?
What are you doing?
What up?
What up?
I'm doing better than I have been the past two episodes that we recorded.
Yes.
I'm alive again.
Do you think it was
cracking the Snapple today?
Oh, what's your fact?
A camel has 3 eyelids. I could have gone my whole life without knowing that one.
Oh, yeah, it does. They got one going up and down. They have an inner eyelid, and then I think they have one that goes sideways.
Yep.
Or like diagonally sideways.
Wish I didn't know that. But
no,
yeah,
cats have 2 eyelids. Cats have 2
Dude.
eyelids. You can see them if they're like sleepy.
I don't want to hear all that. I don't want to hear that at all.
Last time my cat had to go in for like a dental cleaning, like for cats and dogs, they have to put them under. They have to like put them to sleep in order to clean their teeth. And when my cat came back, he was all drugged out, and you could see his second eyelids kind of half closed inside his eyes while he was just staring. He was so gassed out, dude.
That is
I felt so
that
bad
is
for
some true
him.
body horror. That's awful. Hate
Poor
that.
little guy.
Hate that,
Yeah.
but I'm doing good. I'm no longer
Good.
sick. I got antibiotics for my sinus infection, which is what that was.
Oh, no way.
So apologies for the past couple episodes sounding like
You don't have to apologize,
garbage.
King. No. You don't have to apologize, King.
No, you're right. Actually, I'm not sorry at all.
There we go. That's
you guys
right.
love it. You love it. You love your little
That's
pig
right.
slop. Here I am.
Oink,
you
oink,
want
more slop.
You want more of the trough? Yeah. There you go.
Awesome. Yeah, good. Glad to hear you're back in your full form, your final form, perchance.
My final form. Yeah, I do miss your dad doing the intros, but whatever.
Next time I'm with him, I'll make sure he records something.
Yeah, I think we just got to give him a mic and then just have him just
Kansas
go.
is a wheat state. It is great.
Yeah. We'll have him do an intro, and then any other things he wants to add, we'll tack it on.
Ooh, maybe like an advice corner.
Yeah. Hey, what do you want to ask this guy about, you know?
And he'll be like, hope it goes well for you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Wow, sounds like a predicament.
There we go. Yeah. Anyway, so this book today, we don't have any emails this time. Not today from our little buddies. The book that we're diving into today, the book that we read, book 29, The Sickness, where we've got Cassie turning into a yerk on the cover of this book.
Wow. That was my Down with the Sickness.
Oh, okay,
You know
that was pretty good. Indeed.
Oh, wow.
But yes, absolutely. Well, let's all get down with the sickness a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cassie's turning into a little yerk on the cover, and when I started reading this book, I texted Gianni, and I was like, I'm 10 pages in. I don't think you're gonna like this one. Yeah. And Gianni was like, oh no. How did you feel 10 pages in, Gianni?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I was mad. I was mad. I was like, oh no! They doubled down on they
did.
made a direct sequel to the "Not All Nazis Are Bad" book.
They did.
So that was a tough intro. And I was like, okay, all right, we're going for it. We're in. I have to say, I quite like this book, though. This one was good.
That's great.
This is a good one.
Wow.
It's definitely better than the Not All Nazis Are Bad book.
Yes. Yes.
Which you are all wrong about. This book is This book wisely steers clear of any sort of... for the most part. She has a couple of offhand comments that I was like, I'm going to let that slide because that was a little much. But
I'm gonna let that
for
slide.
the most part, it wisely steers clear of its questionable politics that it had in the... What was it? The Decision? Is that what the book
I think so. Yeah, the Decision, because she wants to leave, and then...
Is the Decision or the Discovery or the
Here's the thing. We had
whatever.
We had the Decision, the Discovery, the Departure, all like one right after the other. I think that's the order they were in.
It's one of those.
It's one of those in there. Book 19, I believe it was, or 18.
Yeah. It was right before it was right before the David trilogy.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was so yeah, unexpected in the sense that I was quite interested because I think what I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this one's not ghost written. Because I think that it has some pretty strong narrative ties here that seemed to be something that if I was K.A. Applegate, I would be like, I think I should take this one, especially because it's also a direct sequel to an earlier book. I think she took this one. That's just my guess. But what I liked about it is that it really has like an A plot and a B plot.
Yeah.
Both of them are very tense.
Yes.
Both of them very thrilling. Both of them on a time crunch, and we're not really sure what the time frame is, but we know that we have to get both of these solved in a very quick amount of time. So you put our Animorphs in that sort of like crucible of time we've talked about before, and automatically the stakes just get higher. So it didn't really have time to dawdle with a whole lot of the... Is it morally just to save a Yeerk? And I was very glad, because that was my biggest worry with where the book started, is that they were going to get into a whole lot of philosophical discussions again about, should we really be saving Aftran? Because that's a Yeerk. And then Kacey would be like, but Yeerks deserve a day in the sun too. And then I, loading my shotgun, and I'm like... Oh,
you better not.
Get out of my book. Get out of my book with your stupid. But they just kind of like, yeah, is what it is. There's apparently some sort of Yeerk peace movement, which
yeah.
I
Look at
guess.
that. Look at that.
I guess. I'll believe it when I see it actually do something.
You know, Gianni,
but sure.
Maybe there are some good Nazis. You know, maybe we should... Psych, that's false. It's false.
Yeah. Oh, we're just taking over these people, but we feel bad about it.
Oops.
Okay, Mr. Tidwell, go for it. But they didn't get lost in the sauce, and that was what I was most impressed about. It just kept it to the stakes, it kept it to the plot, it kept it to the things that were sort of essential, I should say, for momentum in moving this book forward, which I really appreciated. Not a perfect book by any stretch of the imagination, because Kacey still has her moments where she says something stupid like, I really did make the right decision. I'm like, give me
girl.
a fucking break.
She is also
we don't even
14,
know what the Yeerk peace movement is doing. We don't even know what they are doing.
You don't know what they're doing.
We don't. What are they doing? They are not doing anything.
They're leading a resistance.
For what? To who?
Gianni,
to do what? They're not resisting anything.
You could describe their resistance movement on the same wavelength as Les Miserables.
Oh my god.
Do you hear the Yeerkies singing the songs of angry Yeerkies?
You listen. The tigers come at night. Okay, and,
that's right.
Their voices are certainly soft as thunder, but my this really was the only thing that the Yeerk peace movement has done to my eyes has been they replaced Eric the Chi as quest giver.
Yes.
In this
they did,
book.
finally.
That is the only,
finally.
That is the only thing. So I guess that's what the Yeerk peace movement is going to do. They're just going to replace Eric the Chi as quest giver for the series moving forward because they don't do anything. I don't know what else they're doing.
You don't know yet.
I hope they do something else.
You don't know yet what's happening.
Yeah, sure. Here's what's also dumb about the Yeerk peace movement. Though. I'll just get it out of the way now. If the Yeerk peace movement exists and Mr. Tidwell knows the Animorphs, because in order for the Yeerk peace movement to exist, that means that Aftran has had to tell other Yeerks about the Animorphs. How many Yeerks know? Mm-hmm. How many of them have already infiltrated this very thinly kept secret of the Yeerk peace movement?
How did Aftran get found out? Who told? Who snitched?
Yeah, so I don't think saving Aftran really saved much, to be honest with you. I think that we delayed an inevitable cause, and I think that I am looking forward to, and have been for a while, of the Animorphs just being out in the open and seeing what happens. Of course, that won't happen because plot, but I think that it's pretty flimsy. I think it's pretty flimsy that they wouldn't already... Like, Aftran is just telling Yeerks, like, yes, there are these Animorphs, and don't worry, they're kids, and I think we should be peaceful to them. And Mr. Tidwell's Yeerk is like, I agree. And then 4 or 5 other Yeerks are like, that's stupid. I'm going to go tell
the
Mr. 3. Which means they already know. So, like, what is there to interrogate? Now, not to mention, okay, not brings me right, my other bugaboo, now that I get on
Get your bugaboos out.
I'm going to interrogate you, but in a couple of days? What is this?
Maybe he's
what
traveling.
Do you mean?
He's traveling. He's a busy man, Gianni.
What? What are you talking about?
He's a busy man.
Doing what? He's not doing anything.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe leading the invasion of the Yeerks on different planets.
What is he, going to the North Pole? Like,
yes.
What, again?
Yeah, he's trying to rebuild.
No, he's not. He's not.
You don't know that.
Why would you wait days to interrogate a Yeerk? That doesn't make
Maybe
any
it took him days
sense.
to come back.
Or at least, like, I don't know.
Maybe he was in China. I don't know.
Can we can Skype him in? We don't have the technology for Zoom yet here with this Yeerk
we
Empire?
don't. Gianni, it's 1995.
They're flying ships. What are you talking about?
But he doesn't have the ability to be there physically to torture Aftran into getting answers out.
What do you mean? They have guys that work for them that can literally read your thoughts.
No. It has to be Visser 3.
To you, they can literally read your thoughts.
No. It has to be Visser 3. It has to be. That's the only one.
They don't even need interrogation. They can just have one of those frog people or whatever you call them. Just walk right up to him and just go, "Oh yeah." So basically, he knows.
The Quagsire.
The lemurs. The
Pokemon. The Pokemon guys. The swimmers. The swimmers.
Yes, the swimmers. Yes.
The mind
reading. This is something with an L. It's the lemur. Lemmy guy. Hated those guys. But we don't need all the pomp and frill. Hold him in the Yeerk pool. No thanks. Why would I do that?
You make a decent point.
Decent? This is the whole point. What are we doing?
Yeah, you make a good point. But, like, also, you know, maybe they don't have the plot armor where they're going to stay secret forever. Maybe at some point, maybe they do get found out, and then they have to just deal with that.
I hope it's literally the next book, because there's no way that they would get away with all this.
I will tell you this. This book was ghostwritten, so...
that actually does surprise me, because this one was
really
good.
good.
Did the ghostwriting.
The character work.
Whoever did the ghostwriting did a great job.
Hell yeah. And also, I will say that... I don't know if this was planned in advance or not. It seems like maybe an idea that Applegate had where she was like, what if I used a yerk to save somebody's life? And then, so maybe we need to keep this one yerk alive in the previous Cassie book, The Departure. So that way she can come back later, but she ultimately dies also. Like, I like the idea of using a yerk as, like, oh, there's something wrong with the Andalite's brain. Put the yerk in there and have her help us figure out where it is. That way we can save him. And then she comes back out. I think that is, like, a noble thing and a really cool kind of twist on the story that, like, maybe people aren't expecting. But it feels like that's the only reason Aftran survived in that previous book, is to just, like, do that later on. I don't know. It could be me. But, like...
It's certainly not you. I thought that Aftran should have died at the beginning of the Departure. So, yeah, I thought that the Departure shouldn't have existed at all. And that Aftran should have never been a character. So, yeah, it's certainly not you. I agree.
I also think... I mean, we're already into spoilers. I also think that once the other members of the gang were starting to get sick, I think it does the story a little bit of a disservice to know immediately from Axe that they're all going to be fine. I think it should still be a question until, like, the end of the book, where Jake's fever, like, breaks at the end, and they're like, oh, he's okay, he's getting better. That means everybody else is going to get better. I think we should be holding that tension longer and not knowing how this disease or this sickness is going to affect humans like
Agreed.
It's affecting Axe.
Agreed. Yeah,
So,
I mean, there's the whole... There's also just the question of, like, all right, this sickness that's super contagious, but it needs a surgery for one species, but this species just gets the flu.
And it also...
I don't know how that works.
Comes for a very particular gland in the Andalite's brain that humans do not have. So how does this disease affect bodies of humans when they don't have that gland in their brain?
That's a question for
really,
our biochemist
exactly,
friend.
Mr. Ryan.
Yeah,
Ryan.
tell us how this makes sense, please.
Make it make sense, please.
Because right now,
but
right
that's
now
also,
doesn't. Right
well,
now,
I also feel like that's very kind of nitpicky. I feel like we could, like, change it somehow in order for it to, like, make it make sense or something. I don't know. But we also don't have to get, like, nitty gritty into the details of it. We can just say, oh, he's sick.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. And his brain is swelling. So.
Yeah. Although I did like.
Piece out of the brain.
I did like that Aftran that the two plots converged at the end.
Yeah.
I thought that was very smart.
Yeah.
To have
Aftran,
to have Cassie have the idea to put Aftran into Axe's brain to then be able to communicate and tell Cassie how to do the surgery. That was very well done, I thought. Very smart merging of the two plots.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. The whole time I was just like, we're just looking for excuses to get the other Animorphs out of here so that Cassie can have a solo story. Which
so Cassie
maybe we could have come up with a better idea to get those other Animorphs out.
I also feel like Cassie has, like, anytime it's her book, she's usually solo. A lot more than, like, the other books with the other Animorphs. Like, she went on the adventure with Karen by herself. She was by herself kind of in this book. Like, I don't think we've seen any other characters where they're really by themselves almost the entire book.
Yeah, you get, like, glimpses of, like, but it's like Axe and Tobias hanging out or whatever. But the only real by yourself books have really just been Cassie, with the exception of, like, moments when Tobias is getting super useful information about his family lineage and history and not telling anybody else about it.
Yeah, keeping that close to the chest.
Yeah, we're gonna hold on to this one for some reason.
Pull it out as a jump scare later on.
But yeah, I think that overall the book is very good, very worthwhile.
I think so too.
I don't think I was gonna accept people, but, like, I think I would have to come up with a totally different reason for her to have to infiltrate the Yeerks. because the Aftran thing, I'm getting rid of. I don't want it. I don't want it in my adaptation.
I don't really blame you.
But I think that there is a lot of good stuff to get here, and I think a lot of good lessons for how to frame the plots of these books moving forward. Because I think it is really exciting. The thrills that they're able to derive from the stakes being this high the whole time, I think are really, really cool and fun, and I think should carry over.
Absolutely.
Do I need the Yeerks to get just 9% smarter and interrogate people when they have access to them? Yes, I do. But by and large, this is a fun romp that I quite like.
Absolutely. And I did kind of come up with a different ending, which I'll say now before I forget it, when we really get into the meat of this book.
Right.
I really feel like instead, just to slightly adjust the plot line, I feel like we could have Kacey overhear that there's a peace resistance from Mr. Tidwell. Sure, why not? And she wants to find out more information about it. So then she does acquire Mr. Tidwell's Yeerk and goes to the pool that way and morphs Yeerk in the pool and tries to figure out like how to communicate, but it just like it doesn't work, or the Visser comes in, or something goes down where it doesn't work and she has to get out. And then when she goes in to operate on Axe, let's say like Jake or Rachel are healthy and fine and they're trying to figure out with Kacey like where is it in his brain, and then Kacey gets the idea, oh, I'll morph Yeerk and I'll go in there and I'll tell you where the problem is, and then I'll come back out. And that way she can kind of guide Jake or whoever is doing the actual operation into getting that gland out, and then she comes out. And I think that could work just as well, you know? We don't we don't necessarily have to get a ton of information about the Yeerk resistance, the peace group or whatever, but if we can get just like little whispers or little hints, and then like maybe the Visser comes in and grabs a handful of Yeerks and he's like, which one of you like is part of the resistance or something, and then Cassie's like, I gotta get the fuck out of here because I don't want him to get me, you know, like that could be a change in the plot where we wouldn't have Aftran, but it still kind of follows the same beats of this book, and it still has that heightened sense of I got to get in, I got to get out, I got to go save Axe. So
yeah, I don't think you need the Yeerk resistance if it is going to be an important thing in books moving forward. I don't think it has to be directly related to any interaction that Aftran had with Kacey. I think the Yeerk resistance can just be some of the Yeerks showcasing that they have some sort of conscience about what they are doing. And hearing whispers about it, you know, getting curious about it. Even having Aftran as a character, but just not one that Cassie's directly interacted with before, but having like, oh, Aftran's being held at the Yeerk pool and is about to be interrogated, but like that's still a worthwhile thing that we should investigate.
We could even like sorry, go ahead.
No, that was it.
Okay.
I was just saying.
We could even have Kacey go to the Yeerk pool just to start some shit and be like, yo, y'all ever heard of the escort where they need Yeerks to survive?
Yeah.
Y'all ever heard about that? So you don't have to enslave other races? Let me just drop that lore there and swim away. You know, she could start the peace resistance even. And that would be really interesting for her to do, where she's like, well, I want them to do something good, and I want them to be able to survive. If they know about this alien race where they can live in harmony with, and nobody's free will is being impacted, maybe they're going to want to prefer to do that. So she just pops in there and starts communicating with the other Yeerks, like, hey, this is a possibility. Ask questions. And
maybe
then swims out of there.
The Yeerk resistance from their quest giver, Eric the Chi.
Yeah.
Maybe he tells them about the Yeerk.
How did you feel about the holograms in this one?
They mercifully didn't talk about them that much. They
they were in there a little bit.
They were just like, well, if Cassie's dad sees it, it'll just be a hologram. And I'm like,
exactly. Just a little shimmer. Just nothing.
Give me a fucking
just ignore
break.
it.
Give me a fucking break. No, it's fine. It was fine.
But yeah, I enjoyed this book a lot. I thought it was really fun and exciting, and it felt a lot like Applegate's writing, even though she didn't write it. So,
it really did. Yeah, I'm surprised to hear that it was a ghostwritten book, because this one, unlike the other ghostwritten books that we've read, did not feel like a ghostwritten book. No shade to the other ghostwriters. It just felt like
no, not at all, not at all.
Those other fellas went for some lofty swings and you know, to varying
what
degrees
a waste of time.
Oh no. But yeah, no, I liked it. This was good. This was a worthwhile read, and I would recommend. I would say you should read this one if you're interested in the Animorphs.
Absolutely. Now, do you still rank Cassie as your lowest ranking Animorph?
No, Jake's still for sure.
But he's been doing good.
Nah, come on. Come on. He had a good run of a couple of books or whatever, and then this one he was like, "Oh, I'm sick. Oh." And then of course Cassie's like got a line later in the book where she's thinking about Jake, and she's like, man, he has to make all of these decisions. I don't know how he does it. Fuck you. What decisions does he really have to fucking make?
She was like,
he's making like 4 decisions. Give me a break.
They're such hard decisions, though, Gianni. They're
Come
so
on. Should we do this thing that was just told to us by Eric the Chi, or not do this thing?
Yeah.
That's a decision for our leader to decide.
Yeah.
Get fucked. Yes or no is not really a decision.
For Jake, it is. And we have to follow the leader.
It's so overwhelming, Cass. It's so overwhelming. If I was like this, I don't know how I'd handle it. Moron.
Listen, I think he's gotten a bit more confidence since he and Cassie kissed. So.
Well, but yeah, apparently he's gotten hotter, which is a plot point in the book.
Which is really funny, because I remember in one of the first books, and you mentioned this, like, way in the beginning when we started this. There's a line in one of the first books where Cassie says something like, "Oh, Jake smiles, but it doesn't look like the smile should be on his face." And you were so confused by that. And you were like, "That's so horny. Like, what does that mean? What's so horny?" And I'm just like, yeah, that's how they were. And now she's still kind of like that a little bit.
I think I've said this before, but everything that I ever say on this podcast leaves my brain the second after
immediately.
I say it. I don't remember saying that at all, but it sounds like some shit I'd say for sure.
But yeah, I still think out of everyone in the Animorphs, I think Cassie is still the horniest one out of the group, by far.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Rachel being horny for a bird is like kind of a different level of horny.
That's true.
But
and she was horny for what's his face? The hot boy celebrity.
Something with a dumb...
From the reaction.
Yeah.
I want to say Jennifer Jason Leigh, but that's not it. But it was
But it was something like that. I'll look it up. Start us off on the plot, and I'll look it up.
All right. Well, start us off on the plot. We open up with Rachel being rude to Baby Spice, which is not very nice. She gives Cassie a this or would you rather question involving Baby Spice and Marco. And Cassie's like, "What are you talking about?" Yes? What is it?
Jeremy Jason Cole.
Jeremy
Jason McCole.
Jeremy Jason McCole. I knew it was something with a J.
Jeremy Jason McCole.
So
there you go.
Rachel's talking to Cassie. She's like, "Well, Baby Spice is the worst of all the spices." And I was like, hang on. Let's not have women tearing down women.
Yeah, wait. But also, Is that even true? Because I don't remember
know.
Baby
I thought
Spice
Sporty
being- I
Spice
thought
was like the
people-
most boring one.
That's what I thought. I
thought that was common knowledge.
Sporty Spice was the. Yeah, I didn't think Baby. I remember liking Baby Spice. Was that not a thing?
I don't know. I guess.
But then again, it's been a long time since I brushed up on my Spice Girls.
It has been. So. Now she's middle-aged Spice. So.
Who are the Spice Girls?
Scary, sporty, baby, posh. Oh.
I'm really just trying to put faces to names. Is what I need.
Yeah, Victoria Beckham was posh. Mel B was scary.
Mel B was scary. Yes,
scary
Mel B was
Spice.
scary. Mel C was sporty.
Sporty.
Emma Bunton was Baby Spice.
So yeah.
Jerry Halliwell was Ginger Spice, and then Victoria Beckham was Posh Spice.
Yeah.
I was not. I mean, Posh Spice, iconic for the fashion, of course. But
yes, I think Scary Spice though. I think she was the one everyone looked up to.
All right, if I type in rank the Spice Girls, what do you think is going to come up?
Oh.
Ooh, here we go. Reddit.
Yes.
If you rank the Spice Girls in your personal choice, what would that be? Mine is number 1, Mel B.
Yeah.
Number 2, Mel C. Mm-hmm. Number 3, Emma. Number 4, Jerry. Number 5, Victoria. See, that's exactly what I was thinking. I would put Posh Spice last because the fashion was cool, but I don't remember anything else about Posh Spice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay, pretty consensus based on this Reddit post.
Mm-hmm.
That Baby Spice is not bottom.
Wow. Yeah. So, Rachel, what's up?
Just a cursory glance here, but Baby Spice is beloved. Everybody loves Baby Spice.
Yeah, she had pigtails, pink dress. It was cute.
How do you not love Baby Spice?
I don't know. Rachel, maybe she's blonde, and Rachel's like, no, no other blonde girls but me.
Oh shit! Someone did it based on vocal range and vocal control.
Oh shit!
All right.
Who is the best?
User 12262K18. I'm giving credit where it's due.
Shout out.
Said based on vocal range and vocal control, Mel C is number 1, widest and the most powerful
Ginger?
range. Mel C is.
That's Ginger, I think.
I think you're right. Let me just double check. No. Mel C is Sporty Spice.
Oh, it's sport. Wow. Okay, sporty.
Emma is number 2. She's the cleanest, sweetest, and the most flawless vocals. Emma is Baby Spice, yes. Mel B, number 3, can do the lowest notes, which is difficult for a female vocalist, and can belt up to mezzo-soprano. She has the angst. As we all know, Mel B, Scary Spice.
Hell yeah.
Then Victoria, she has decent alto voice, which is essential to their harmonies, and she can definitely sing. Her voice really shines on their 3rd album, Forever. She fits more on pop R&B style. As we all know, Victoria, Posh Spice. Jerry, number 5, she may not have the strongest vocal range among the other 4 girls, but her voice is really the one that giving the, quote, spice on their harmonies. Some of this is typos, by the way. Without Jerry's voice, you can really tell that that one ingredient is missing, which is very evident on their 3rd album, especially on their live performances during that era. Interesting. As we all know, Jerry, Ginger Spice. So,
wow.
All this to say, Baby Spice, not the worst Spice. Not even close.
Not the worst. I love this deep dive that we just suddenly did just to learn the consensus. What are your favorite Spice Girls? You should email us.
Yeah.
So, Rachel and Cassie are being rude to Baby Spice, and then they hear 2 little gossipy bitches bitching around, talking about, ooh, Jake is so cute. I'm going to ask him to the dance.
Some real fucking whores over here. So
these whores.
Rachel
They're
cuts
not on
in.
Cassie's level.
Rachel cuts in immediately and is like, hey, leave Jake alone. Don't even think about asking him to dance. He's with Cassie. And then they go, they go like, oh really? He's with Cassie? Well, he's all the way over there with Marco, and you guys are all the way over here. And then Rachel's like, oh yeah? Well, we're gonna walk all the way over there, away from you.
Let's go all the way over there. and then they get up and they walk all the way over to Jake.
So they walk over, and then Rachel immediately sits down and is like, we're going to the fucking dance, and Jake, you and Cassie are fucking going together. And then Jake
you guys are gonna go.
Jake is like, okay, I guess.
I guess, but like then Jake doesn't even ask Cassie, which I was like, ask her. Just out of formality, ask her. Don't just say, well, I guess we're going to the dance together. Like, that'll make Cassie feel like shit. That would make me feel like shit. Like, you forced him to take me to the dance.
Yeah.
Jake, step it up a little bit here. All right, punk?
Yeah. This is
Ask
the
her
most
to the
middle
dance.
school they've ever been, though. Because
It was very
unfortunately,
middle
this
school.
is so accurate.
Yeah.
But,
Just
yeah,
avoiding.
so then everybody decides to go to the dance for some reason,
Yeah.
I guess.
So
They
and then
all
we
decide
cut,
to go.
we cut to the dance. The two
Mm-hmm.
gossiping bitchy whores, Brittany and Allison, I remember their names because they're rude.
Wow.
They come in and they're like, well, I guess Jake is with Cassie. But what about that hot boy that looks like a combination of all of them together? What about that super hot boy that's like a combination of all of them? And we're like, oh yeah, it's Axe. He came in human form to the dance. Cool.
Yeah.
So they go over and they start hitting on
Yeah.
him. And
And
Axe
then he's like,
scares
why
her
are they
away.
talking to me? And then Marco's like, they want your body. And Axe is like,
Body.
Buddy.
Body.
Buddy.
And Marco's like, yeah,
Um,
keep doing that when they come over, and that'll scare them away. And
Yeah,
so they
that'll
come over
work.
and they're like, hey, Axe, or whatever your name is as a human, not Axe.
I don't remember.
hot
It doesn't
kid.
have a name.
Hot boy Summer.
I like to think
you
it's
wanna
like
dance?
Peter with an I. Peter.
Oh, I like that. And they're like, you want to dance? And Axe is like, yes, I would like to dance, but I don't want to if you want me for my body. And they're like, yeah, you're weird. We're going to go. Bye. And then they're like, all right, nice one, Axe. And then all of a sudden, we see a lump on Axe's head that's throbbing to the music. Which I was
Yeah.
like, oh, dude, what?
Yeah.
He's got a little throbby right up there. This is pulsing, and the gang's like, ugh, what the hell is that, Axe? Put it back.
Yeah. They like
And,
wrap a shirt around it to hide it.
yeah.
And they're like, why?
His
they're
eye
like, Axe,
stalk
stop.
bursts out.
Yeah, they're like, Axe, stop morphing. He's like making no sense. He's completely delirious.
Body.
They try to smuggle him into the girls' locker room, but they get immediately caught by Chapman and Tidwell.
Yeah, uh-oh.
And Tidwell kind of takes the lead on this and is laser focused on Axe as they kind of mask his body. They make up some lie about getting him some medication. And as they're getting him his medication, they are able to kind of get him to morph back into a human enough that they can slip him past Tidwell. They all say, all right, we got to take him home. As they start to smuggle him out, his tail bursts out and knocks over Mr. Tidwell.
Yeah.
So immediately they think their cover's blown. They keep smuggling Axe out. Tidwell grabs Cassie
Pulls her to the
and
side.
then pulls her aside and says, I know what you guys are. I know what he is. Or I know he says I know that he's an Andalite and I know what you guys are. And Cassie's like, oh fuck, we're blown. We're gonna have to kill this guy. I'm gonna morph. Tidwell then says, I'm part of the Yeerk resistance movement. First, I'm fucking hearing about it because you guys don't do shit. But part of the Yeerk resistance movement. And I know Aftran, which of course Cassie remembers because she spent so long in the woods with Aftran learning about how Nazis could be good people too. So then Cassie's like, oh my god, Aftran, how are they? I think they say Aftran's a female.
Aftran's a lady. Aftran's a lady.
How
And
is she?
Aftran is the one who
And then-
started the movement. Allegedly, that's what I get from Tidwell.
Yeah, clearly doing a great fucking job of it because Tidwell says, well, Aftran has been captured, is being held in a Yeerk pool below McDonald's, which we've been to before. Being held in the Yeerk pool below McDonald's, and in a couple of days, Visser 3 is going to come and interrogate her, and I don't think she'll be able to hold out, and then your secret will be up. And then the whole movement will fall apart.
So you
So
have
then
to do this,
Cassie's like-
Cassie. Cassie's like,
not the Yeerk resistance movement.
Yeah, it's like,
no,
what
you,
the fuck?
No,
Why
you
wouldn't
guys.
you? Why can't you?
No,
do it?
yeah. No, you guys do your thing. Yeah, you're fine.
I know you're 14,
Um,
but you can do it, right? Also, by the way,
Yeah.
I know this wasn't like technically prom, but this is something that just pinged a memory in my head. At my school, in high school, we didn't have prom king or queen because there was one year, years past, where one girl didn't win prom queen and she went home and killed herself. So that got ruined for our school. We never had prom king or queen. That's very sad. Don't get me wrong. I shouldn't be laughing about it, but it's just like, you kind of ruined it for everybody else, unfortunately. So.
Huh. Okay. Well, so the Animorphs book that we were discussing.
They didn't have prom king and queen, but for some reason that memory just pinged in my head, and I wanted to share
the
it.
Animorphs book doesn't touch on that aspect of it.
Not this time.
But hey, could be for a future book. Thanks for
sharing.
Thanks for the nightmares.
You're welcome.
That's.
I shouldn't laugh.
That's the craziest.
I'm laughing because it's
That's the craziest segue we've ever had on this show, which is saying a lot.
It's saying a decent amount. I would say yes. Yes, I would say.
That is great. You were like, before we leave this dance scene, I need everyone to know, of a major trauma from my past.
Well, no. It wasn't. It didn't happen to me. It happened years before I even started high school.
Well, I would assume it didn't happen to you. You didn't die.
Well, no. Not saying I'm the one who didn't get prom queen, but I'm saying that, like, years before I even went to high school, like, probably, like, early 90s or, like, even the 80s, this happened at our high school. And then we didn't get prom king or queen since then. And I think it's a little bit rude. And I'm laughing because it's uncomfortable. But also, like, has anyone else experienced that? Email us at morphinbuddies@gmail.com. Now, I don't know if that's a confirmed fact, but that's what I was told why we didn't have prom king and queen.
Right.
So,
You've done research.
I've done no research, and also
no research.
My high school closed this past year. It's done. It doesn't
because of all the suicides.
No, nobody else committed suicide as far as I know. But like,
there's no one left to come to the school.
The school's empty, so we gotta close it down. Oh my god, this is not where I meant for this to go, but. It's just, something that happened in Indiana. So thumbs up for me.
Oh my God.
We had prom court.
Wow.
We didn't have king and queen. So, don't do that. Is my point. Don't be that guy.
Which one?
The one that didn't get prom queen and went home and died. Please don't do that.
Right.
Please don't be that guy.
Just check it.
The Morphin Buddies didn't have to, go through with that. But in case they did, I wanted to bring it up.
Wow. Whew. Okay.
What if I just immediately started sobbing right now?
It would be probably more appropriate than what we're doing.
Probably, honestly.
Oh, man.
No, genuinely, I don't know 100% sure if that actually happened or not. It was just like, that's what people were talking about in the school. It was like a rumor, so I don't know if it's actually true or not, which is why I feel okay to bring it up, because there's no way to tell. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, a Google search.
No. Google didn't exist at the time, so it doesn't exist.
Right. So, anyway, they get
out from the dance. They leave the dance.
They get
before
axed.
Anything happens.
They get axed back to the barn. They're not really sure what's wrong with him. He definitely says he's sick. In his moments of
lucidity,
lucidity between the delirium. But he's not really making a whole lot of sense. He says a couple of different like gibberish words that they're not really sure if they mean something specific or if they're just, him saying gibberish. So then they're all deciding what to do. They also hear, of course, about what Tillman had said to Cassie. And they decide they have to act. Tidwell, sorry, not Tillman.
Close enough.
Tidwell had said to Cassie, they decide they have to snap into action. They gotta make sure that they clear their clear Aftran out of there because their names could be mentioned and then it would all be over. They theorize. I appreciated this just to at least get it out of the way for anybody that might be thinking about it. It wasn't something. The justification for it crossed my mind immediately, but I'm assuming that other people may have also been wondering, like, well, but maybe it's all a trap or whatever. And I appreciate that they at least had the conversation to be like, if it was a trap, they could have just killed us all in our homes instead, which would have been way easier than luring us all into some sort of York pool. So I think that Tidwell is telling the truth. So they come up with a plan, which may be the dumbest plan of all time, which is to be eels and to flush themselves down a toilet.
No. They went into a water tower and flushed themselves down that way.
They flush themselves down some sort of pipes in order to back channel their way into the York pool.
We forgot. Axe tells them this disease is in his brain. That's like there's a gland that's being affected in his brain, and if his temperature drops to a certain point, that gland can explode and kill him. So they need to get this stuff with the York pool taken care of so they can come back and take care of Axe ASAP. So
they find out that the average andalite temperature is like 91 or something like
91.9, something like that.
Yeah, and he's running like 95 or something. So just, I don't know, worth noting in case you're a temperature expert out there.
Yeah.
Weird. But so they come up with this dumb plan. Jake's already acting a little off. And everything's like, well, this is strange, but no one's really clocking it. But I was clocking it because I was like, he sounds dumber than usual.
Could it be the eel?
And
Could it be Jake? Not quite sure.
Yeah. As they're eels, they're like biting each other. They're trying to get control of their morphs. They go down this water slide.
Yeah, they're going through the pipes, trying to make the right turns and everything. And
they're getting all stuck this way and that, and then Jake starts being kind of unresponsive, and Cassie immediately is like, "Oh my God, Jake's sick too."
Yeah.
Then she starts panicking because if they don't get out of there, he could, demorph, and he could get stuck there, or they could be stuck in the morphs if they can't find the way out.
And he knows all the directions through the pipes. And of
course he does.
As I was reading this last night, I was laying next to my boyfriend Dave. And I turned to Dave and I said, "Would you love me if I was an eel?" And he just turns. This is like out of nowhere. We weren't talking. We were just doing our own things on our phones. And I was like, "Would you love me if I was an eel?" And he looks at me. He goes, "No, I wouldn't." And I'm like, "What is wrong with you? I'd love you." And he's like, "Yeah, but you're an eel. That's gross." And I was like, "I'm not gross."
No, he's right. What do you mean? Right. Like, what do you mean, though?
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're an eel, no.
But, like, I'm cute still. I'm a cute eel.
But, like, would I have metaphorically met you before you turned into an eel?
And then I got turned into an eel. And then
we built a whole rapport, a whole relationship. We know now a whole language to prepare for when you are an eel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still wouldn't like you that much. I would be like, "This is my eel friend.
Just keep me in the bathtub. I'll be fine."
Out of obligation.
So anyway, they're going through the pipes. They're piping around, and Jake is definitely losing it. And they end up losing their sense of direction because Jake is going a little delulu, and they get shot out of a fire hose, and which was wild. That was kind of cool. They get shot into this house. They're like, "Okay, this house is on fire. We need to demorph and like go upstairs and morph birds and get out of here ASAP." So that's what they do. And they fly and they end up taking Jake home, who's like barfing everywhere. He is throwing up. He's not having a good time.
Rachel calls his mom before he gets there to prepare her. So then she's taking care of him. So he's at least under good watch. But then Cassie's talking to Rachel on the phone. Rachel says something ominous but kind of cryptic because they still think their phones are being tapped for some reason.
Could be. You don't know. You don't know.
But so she's like, "Whoa, our other friend is very sick."
Yeah.
Then the next morning she finds out Rachel's sick.
She doesn't go to, Rachel doesn't show up at school, and Cassie's like, oh no, now Rachel's sick. And she meets up with Tidwell, and Tidwell's like, yo, you gotta go to the Yerk pool, like, now. Like, today.
Yeah.
Because...
Yeah, it could be any time that they get this after him.
Visser's coming tonight.
I can't do anything.
I can't do anything.
That's for sure.
And me and my Yerk named Ilum, we're good buddies. We're like this. We're like this. We're good
Forgot
buddies.
that the name was Ilum, but yes. Yeah. They kind of like both share control of the body or something, if I recall.
We like working together.
Says something to the effect of like, we work together. Like, okay, sure.
They high five each other internally all the time. And I felt kind of bad for Tidwell in this moment because he's just kind of like, he's my buddy. And I'm like, do you not have buddies, Tidwell? Are you okay?
Yeah, so then there was this funny moment when Marco and Cassie are sitting together, and Marco's like, well, I guess I'm the leader now. And Cassie's like, yep, you're the one. And then Marco immediately throws up, and he's like, well, another monkey fell off the bed, which is some stupid shit, I would say. And then so she's like, all right, well, Marco's sick. So then it's just her and Tobias trying to figure out what to do. And then Tobias gets sick as well. Yeah. So she puts this little hawk into one of the bird enclosures at her family vet farm or whatever.
She's like,
makes a note about him being sick, so that her dad can take care of him. So she can at least leave him in peace. So the only one that's really a loose cannon is Axe, who's still being held in some sort of shed, which is now being cloaked over by Eric the Chi, which I forgot to mention earlier.
It's Cassie's horse barn. It's one of the stalls inside Cassie's barn. So that's why Eric has to be there to shield the stall, so it just looks like an empty stall, so Cassie's dad doesn't come in and fuck around and find out. And so Cassie... It's funny because Cassie's in the stall checking on Axe, who's still very delirious and not doing well. And she hears her dad coming into the barn, so she immediately leaps over the stall door, and she's like, whistle, 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 nothing to see here. And
she's like, already fed all the animals. And he's like, I know what you were doing in there. You were pretending to be a horse again, weren't you?
And Cassie's
and the only reference we get for whatever the fuck this means is Cassie says something in her like internal monologue to the effect of, I haven't done that in a couple of years.
Yeah, Dad.
But then out loud to her dad, she says, yeah, you got me.
I kind of did it a little bit.
But how does one pretend to be a horse, I wonder? And I feel as though this is not a normal thing.
What? Yes, it is.
And I feel... you pretended to be a horse.
Listen, Gianni, you've never been, I assume, a preteen girl.
A horse.
Yes.
Kacey.
Yes.
A literal
horse. We played horsies when I was a child. Me and my friends.
Horse.
We played horsies. Listen, you have not lived.
What does this mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Say what you mean. What do you mean? What are you talking about? What do you mean?
You have not lived until you've gotten down on all fours next to your best friend.
And
played horsies. And made name sounds. You pretend to be horses, but you're still best friends.
What does that...
pretend to be a horse.
What are you saying to me? How... What do you mean you pretend to be a horse? What do you mean?
You get down on all fours, and you run around on all fours like a horse, and then you pretend... You go, neigh, and you go... And then you run around with your best friend, and you both pretend to be horses. Not like the freaky horse girl who does it on her hands and feet in those viral videos.
So you do your hands and knees?
Yeah.
So you do your hands and knees?
Yeah, it's easier to gallop that way. So
how fast are you going on your
Pretty
knees?
fast. You're running.
How? Oh.
I'd say like 3 miles per hour.
Yo, you went 3 miles per hour.
Gianni, you don't understand. Okay, we were quick. We were quick. And we were horsies. And I also had a ton of horsies that like we would, play with like action figures.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah, we did that.
Being a horse.
And we pretended in real life. We also acted out scenes from The Lion King. What is weird about this, Gianni?
How many people did you do this with? And give me their names right now so I could call the police.
My best friends.
Give me their names right now.
One of them I know. One of them I know for sure because this was when I was like 6 to 7-ish. Because her mom babysat me and a bunch of other kids, and so all of us kids would play games that the other kids thought of, and one of the games we played was Horsey, where we all pretended to be horses running around on a field but inside the house.
That's not even a game.
Yes,
that's
it is.
That's just you
it's
being
pretend.
a horse.
It's playing pretend. That's a game.
That's not even a game. That's just you being a horse.
And you know what? You know what was not fair? Because the kid whose mom was babysitting us, she had a whole like kids playhouse in the basement, and I was always made to play the mom or the queen because I was taller than the rest of the kids. I was never able to be princess or daughter because I was the tallest, so they always made me queen, and that was really sad, and I was annoyed by that.
Listen, I played pretend on many occasions, but I would
Not
never
enough.
describe it as a game.
It was a game.
But also, you did this when you were 6?
Yeah.
Cassie's how old?
14? Listen, Gianni, she's
I'm
covering for herself.
I'm pretty sure the exact line that she says in her internal monologue is like, I haven't done that in a couple of years. So you're telling me.
Well, look, we didn't have a barn, okay? We didn't cosplay as horses.
If you walked into a barn and saw a 12-year-old.
Wait, well, we don't have confirmation for sure. She could have been 10 when she did it. That's still a little old.
I'd kick it. I'd have to kick her. I'd be like, you gotta get up.
Cassie's dad leaves the barn and he's like, that girl ain't right. That girl ain't right.
Sometimes dead is better.
Sometimes dead is better. So
that's crazy.
Cassie very normally played Horsey. A little too long, but I'll allow it because playing Horsey is fun. Gianni, you should have tried it when you were a child. Clearly, you missed out.
I guess I missed the boat.
You missed the boat.
Maybe I'll try now.
Real hard.
Maybe I'll try now.
So Axe's temperature is dropping, so Cassie's like, speed is the essence we need now. And she's like, I'm gonna go to the Yerk pool, Eric. If Axe dies, he dies. Like, sorry, I'm the only one available right now. And Eric is like, cool, I can handle that.
Right.
All right. So Cassie...
Easy peas.
So Cassie goes and she bikes over to Tidwell's house. I don't know why she didn't fly, because she doesn't go back to get her bike at any point in the book, which I just realized now. She doesn't ever go back to Tidwell's house to get her bike.
She doesn't go back to Tidwell's... I don't even remember the bike.
She bikes to his house, but then she goes to the Yerk pool and she gets out as a bird, but she doesn't go back to Tidwell's house, so she doesn't get her bike back.
Yeah, off screen. Who knows?
Anyway, so she bikes over to Tidwell. She did say she was going over to Rachel's house, so maybe if she needed to take her bike as like a farce of sorts. Got him.
Of course.
She goes into Tidwell's house, and she acquires Ilum, and then she morphs into the Yerk. And they put Ilum in a Ziploc baggie of water, sticks him in Tidwell's front pocket, and Cassie morphs Ilum, slides into Tidwell's brain, and then she's like, "Holy shit, this is amazing!" And Tidwell's like, "Hey, Cassie, you gotta move me because we can't just stand
keeps
here."
Crossing it over with memories and stuff.
Oh, and it's so sad because like you find out like his wife died at some point. And Cassie's like, "I don't want to deal with sad. I don't want to deal with that right now. It's not my business.
Yeah.
Sorry for interrupting your memories."
She's bumping into stuff. Then they drive a car together. Then they go to the McDonald's.
Yeah, he's like, "Happy Meal."
A Happy Meal with extra
happy.
The Gleek biofilter does not go off because, of course, she is a Yerk in DNA, and that is allowed. They go to the Yerk pool. They wait in line for a while other people are screaming and hollering and getting de-Yerkified in the pool and whatever. And she ends up swimming on in there, finding Aftran, But then, who is this? But Visser 3, who pops up in and is like, I am here to interrogate the
traitor,
the fool. Yeah, the fool who hath tried to fool us.
Yes, and Aftran is being kept in a little tin box under the pier that Cassie can't get to, and they start pulling the tin box out. And so I just imagine the Visser, like, holding on to Aftran just like this, like Italians hold on to things, just like holding her up like this and being like, hey, tell us your secrets. And of course,
tell us everything.
Of course, Aftran
this could have been done
is mute and
anytime.
deaf and blind.
Yeah. Can't say a fucking thing.
Just Helen Keller's it. And then, Cassie sees a little girl is dumping her yurk into the pool, so Cassie's like, get the fuck out of my way. And she gets into that little girl's head. And the little girl comes up and she's like, whoa. And then she tackles the Visser as this little girl. And she's like, get fucked. And she grabs Aftran, jumps into the yurk pool as this little girl. And then they're like, get her. She's an Andalite bandit. And so Cassie's like, all right, I'm out of here. So she's like, Aftran, wherever you are, speaking to the yurks in the pool. She's like, hey, follow me. And so she swims out of the little girl's ear. Little girl gets pulled up and out. And they're like, wait a minute. She doesn't have a yurk in her head.
Have a yurk in her head.
We're going to find out. So then they get into the pool. And Cassie's like, I need to morph to get Aftran out of here. Let me morph bird. But, like, here's the thing that kind of confused me. She said she swims down, like, towards the bottom of the pool where, like, there's not a lot of yurks. But, like, how does she not immediately get yurks swarming around to try to get into her ears? You know what I mean?
That's what I thought. Yeah,
that's
because
the one thing I was
time
like,
Jake fell in a pool for 2 seconds,
and he got a yurk
in his butt. But whatever.
So she moves quickly.
She's like, she's full human, and she's like batting away yurks.
Yeah.
And then she morphs into an osprey, snags up Aftran, and escapes only to run into Visser 3, who's morphed into something that's described as an eyeball with tentacles.
Nice.
So then she. I actually can't remember how she gets around the Visser 3.
He like tentacles.
I just remember them coming face to face, and then
he tentacles a wing of hers, and she's like, there's some kind of poison in this, whatever. And she flaps enough to where she flaps away. She gets out the door so the Visser can't reach her anymore. And she's flying through, and then she sees a little hunter robot, this is the first mention of hunter robots ever by the yurk pool.
I don't remember the last time we saw a hunter.
No,
robot.
I don't either. I was like, this is new. She's like, the only defense I have, I gotta take a shit on him, on his camera.
Great idea.
Which is probably, look, I don't want to kink shame, but that's probably his thing. Gross to me.
Yeah.
Maybe not to him. So she does that, blocks his camera. He can't shoot at her. She flies out into the deep freezer of McDonald's. And then the people are like, oh, it's a bird. Let her out. And they let her out into the night. And she gets away with Aftran in tow. So, great. She got out.
Beautiful.
And then she goes to the barn. She's like, Axe, you live? You live?
Axe is dying. And Cassie gets the idea to allow Aftran to enter into Axe's head so that Aftran can try to tell her how she can find this tria gland and what incision she needs to make to get the gland out. Aftran is able to communicate it, and then Axe starts screaming.
Yeah, freaking out.
He's basically crying for the yurk to leave his head. He'd rather die than have a yurk in his head, so Aftran leaves. Then Cassie and Aftran have a quick conversation where Aftran is like, you have to kill me. And Cassie's like, I don't want to do that or whatever. And and then it's like, I guess supposed to be this whole sad thing where the leader of the Yurk resistance is now like, let's die. So this Yurk resistance has failed.
Let me die.
So again, to all of you who are already writing angry emails about, well, I promise the Yerk resistance is going to come back in some way. Let it be known, the Yerk resistance leader wants to now die, so I don't think it's going to do much.
She's like, I've started enough. The ball is rolling. Let me go.
They kind of leave it on some sort of cliffhanger here, and then it's like cuts to a few days later, and everybody's feeling better, and they look out, and there's a giant humpback whale that leaps, and they're like, Aftran is safe, implying, I guess, that they let Aftran morph.
Yeah.
Or have morphing ability.
Which is the
so
idea
that, Aftran,
that, like, we said in a previous episode.
Yeah.
Why not just give the Yerks the ability to morph, have them stay in morph for 2 hours, and then they're not Yerks anymore. Problem solved.
And then do whatever the hell you want.
Actually,
yeah,
that
so
could help,
so now,
endangered animals come back with their population. Well, maybe not.
Yeah.
Because it's like...
Why not?
It's the DNA of a singular one, so technically they'd all be related.
Well, that's if you only have, like, one... Oh, yeah, you make a bunch of...
See? Yeah, that. I get
it.
I don't think that would be good.
No.
Anyway.
No, but that's on the implication that, like, an endangered species has, like, literally one left. Like,
yes.
You could, to be endangered, like, isn't it, you have, like, a couple thousand, you could still be endangered. So, it'll probably be fine. But, regardless, yeah, so now Aftran is a humpback whale somewhere in the ocean forever and always. And that's the end of this book.
The end.
So there you go.
Girl power.
So if you're... I know we already talked mostly about our adaptations of this particular one, but yeah, I think that the biggest thing is really just finding a way that makes sense that Aftran is... I think actively being interrogated and it's just holding out, but they're not sure how long Aftran can hold out for. I think is a cool and number one most important thing.
Yeah.
Number two... is that I don't think that we need to introduce the Yerk resistance as a direct
line from
effect.
Aftran. Yeah.
No, I really just mean as a direct effect of the departure, because that Cassie episode does not need to exist in the way that it does.
I think Aftran does need to die in the departure. Like, I still stand by that 10 toes down.
Yeah.
I don't think she should survive, and I don't think it should be told to Cassie that she was killed. I think it needs to be kept a secret from Cassie.
Yeah, I like that. Let's get some tension in the group. Let's get some violent tension in the group.
My idea for that was, like, Tobias does the dirty work where he morphs Cougar and he ends up killing Karen.
Cougs.
Yeah, he's a cougar.
Gets the
he's
Cougs.
A Coug. And he ends up killing Karen, but he doesn't tell Cassie. He just tells Cassie, hey, she said she's good and she's by herself, or in her little Yerky self. But Tobias actually did the dirty work, so that's my idea.
Yeah, which honestly makes more sense in general, because how is Aftran, like, alive this whole time?
Yeah.
Yerking around.
Just yerking around. You know how Goyles do.
But,
just
yeah.
yerking.
It's, this is, but a very entertaining book nonetheless. And then I think the only other thing would be finding a way to get the other Animorphs out of the equation to keep it Cassie-centric. That doesn't involve them just also coincidentally getting sick, but having it be, like, non-life threatening or whatever, because I just don't think it holds up to scrutiny even for a second that, like, the sickness would be contagious interspecies.
Yeah,
when it's not related to any specific gland that a human being would have, so it just doesn't make any sense.
I think it would be more interesting if Cassie just went and did this Yerk pool thing by herself and didn't tell anybody that's what she was doing.
Oh, well, we know Jake would love that.
She'll be like, you guys keep an eye on Axe. I got shit to do.
He loves when people do things on their own.
Yeah, he loves it.
Yeah, it's his favorite thing. But yeah, a very entertaining book. I'm interested to see how if it has any relation to whatever's going to happen from here on out. But hopefully this can now be, like, the mainstay solution for Yerks moving forward. But who's to say?
Who's
Because
to
they're
say?
really bad at communicating this. So
It'll get better. It'll get
Yeah.
better.
yeah.
You want to look at the next book?
Is it Elfangor's Secret?
It is the Megamorphs number 3.
Oh, Megamorphs number 3.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
This pose that Cassie's doing on the front just gets me.
It's the Marco pose that's weird to me.
He's just slightly bent over, like staring intently.
Yeah. One hand on knee.
Yeah.
Other hand on arm.
Yeah.
So, it's
Also,
so weird.
take a look at Jake's hand. What happened there? What is that?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. What's going on?
Why does it look like it's on backwards?
It does look strange. It's like on his hip.
Yeah, but it looks.
And why does it look like they all took these pictures separately?
Because I think they did. Because
They couldn't get them all in one room?
No, because we've seen them in these poses before, I think. Like Axe, that's the same pose Axe is always in. Cassie, I've definitely seen in that pose.
Axe, I'm not surprised they couldn't get in the same room. Casey.
Listen, he
Not
only has one
surprised
pose, and that's
about
it.
Axe. Yeah. He's just, he looks so dumb.
Also,
Stare into his eyes real quick. Just look directly into Axe's eyes.
Yeah. He's looking.
There's not a single thought going on.
Not a single, especially the stalk eyes. Nope, not a single.
Not a single thought in that smooth brain.
Not a single particular thought. And then I like that we've got. I mean, I thought Tobias was blonde. Clearly, he's not blonde, and looks like he's got a little bit of a mustache.
I honestly can't remember. It's been so long.
He's
got a
blonde
little
in the
stash.
book.
Yeah, he's the only one who's aged up.
He's slightly aged up because he's been through so much as a bird and a boy and a bird and a boy.
Yeah.
You know, you just don't know
Bird
what
boy,
he is.
bird boy, mustache boy.
Mustache bird boy. So what do you think Elfangor's Secret is going to be about?
Clearly a secret that Elfangor had, but I have no idea which one at this point. That he had a human family. The Megamorphs ones are always interesting because it's like
everybody.
It's everybody, and it could be anything.
And it could also be nothing.
It could also be nothing. But I don't know. I'm assuming you'll tell me some sort of plot description or something.
So here's a little description.
All right, lay it on me.
We found out who Visser 4 is, and he has found the time matrix. The machine.
Visser 4?
Yeah. Who gives a fuck but Visser 4, all right. The general
Okay.
The general below Visser 3.
Sure.
He's found the time matrix. Where's your shock? Show me your shock.
He's found the time matrix.
Yeah.
Didn't they put it in like a pyramid or something?
They put it, the machine Elfangor hidden in the abandoned construction site. Because remember, he was the last one to handle it? Wasn't he the last one to handle it?
Wait, the time matrix? Like
Yeah.
the time matrix?
Yeah.
Like from the Elfangor side story?
Yeah.
He put that in the construction site
Yeah,
too?
he left it there.
Why would he leave it there? That's
where
the stupidest place for it.
That's where he landed. That's where he leaves it.
Why? What? Why did he leave it there? Now I have to go back and...
The machine.
Why did he do that?
The machine
What do you
Elfangor
mean?
had hidden in the abandoned construction site. That's what it tells me.
Wait, so not only did he leave the ability to morph in that construction site, he also left the time matrix there?
Well, no,
Why?
he left the ability to the morphing cube with the gang where they met him in the construction site.
But so they left it there.
No, they took it
were
with
responsible
them.
for it.
And then they left it there, and then they hid it somewhere else.
Right. But the time matrix he also left there.
Yes.
Why?
The same place we met him on a night none of us will ever forget.
What? What?
Especially me. Now, I don't know who me is, but okay. Now Visser 4 has the matrix, and he plans to use it to become Visser 1. But Jake Rachel, Cassie, Marco, Axe, and I can't let that happen. We can't let him alter time so that the Yeerks will win the invasion. So we're prepared to make the ultimate sacrifice, and ultimately one of us will lose this fight.
Okay.
Okay.
So
I think this is Tobias's point of view.
my least favorite MacGuffin in the entire series not only comes back, but was left haphazardly at the same construction site where Elfangor died.
That's where so you don't forget, you know?
Also, this MacGuffin, if I recall, could just be activated. Like, you don't need a whole lot. So what do you mean there's like a race of the clock to figure out where Visser 4 is? What are you talking about?
You gotta figure out where Visser 4 is and make sure he doesn't get the time matrix to become Visser 1. What is not clear about that, Gianni?
I already don't like this book.
Gianni,
I already don't like
what
it.
is not clear?
I already don't like it. The time matrix should have just been a one-time use only.
No!
Just get rid of it.
You can't let it go like that.
It's a bad MacGuffin, and it's silly. Oh, goodness gracious. If the time matrix exists, then what's the point of the Ellimist even doing anything, ever? Just use the time matrix and just do whatever the fuck you want. The Ellimist just grab the time matrix, just be like, here, morphin buddies, why don't you guys use this? I don't know, maybe to stop a war. And then they're like, okay.
Yeah.
I hate the time matrix. The time matrix is my least favorite.
Well, it's coming back, baby, so...
Oh, great. All right. Can't wait. Thrilled.
Oh!
Thrilled. Is this one ghost written too?
No. I think the Megamorphs... Wait. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Ooh. Oh, that's a good question. Oh, no. Oh, let me go back to...
You're thinking
Hang
it
on.
is? You're thinking
Hang
it
on.
is?
Let me go back.
Are you sure we're not in the 20 straight stretch?
We're not there yet.
How are we not?
We're
How are we not? We've gotten like 4 in a row.
We're not there yet.
What are they going to do? Is the last book of the series going to be ghost written?
No, it's not going to be ghost written. I promise.
At this point, is it going to be like K.A. Applegate wrote less books in her own series than the Ghostwriters did?
No, she definitely wrote Listen, Gianni, at this point in time, she just had a baby, okay? Maybe you ought to back up a little bit here and let her take care of her baby.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just kidding. I don't really care that much. I think that's what happened. I'm not 100% certain. I thought, who was it? Somebody emailed me about all the books, and I wrote them down, and I forgot.
Great. Well, we'll find out next time on our next episode of Morphin Buddies.
Wait a second. We can't end it yet. Gianni.
Why? What do you have to do?
What do you mean, what do we have to do? How do we always end an episode?
If you would like to email us in the meantime, you can contact us at morphinbuddies@gmail.com.
Yeah.
That's morphinbuddies @gmail.com.
Wow, you spelled the whole thing. Gianni, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thing.
The whole thing.
The whole thing I spelled.
Wow.
Well,
folks, this is what we call character growth.
Yeah,
this is the progression of character growth.
The Gmail was done against my will, but the
No,
whole
it wasn't.
thing...
You submitted to it.
Nope. Can't gaslight me on my own show that I co-host.
Yes, I can. The edit will prove different. Anyway, thanks, folks, for joining us. And Gianni will be back in the next episode to spell out the email once again, completely and wholeheartedly, in the next episode of Morphin Buddies.
Of his own volition? Yeah,
of his own volition.
Great.
Yes, 100%.
Can't wait.
Excited for that Megamorphs book,
All right.
Gianni. Looking forward to it.
All right, can't wait.
Can't wait.
Bye.
Bye.